Hello students, I am Jnaneshwara TN, Assistant Professor of English. I am going to teach the poem At the Railway Station, which is written originally in Kannada by a renowned Kannada poet K.S. Narasimhaswamy. K.S. Narasimhaswamy was one of the most popular poets of 20th century Kannada literature. He was born on 26th January 1915 in Kikkeri, Mandya district. After the death of his father, he discontinued his studies and took up a job as a clerk in the municipal office in Mysore. However, in 1934, he resumed his education by joining Central College in Bangalore, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree. He retired in 1970 as a superintendent in the Karnataka Housing Board. In 1936, he married Venkamma in Tiptur. She became his muse, and his deep affection for her is vividly reflected in his poems about love and marital bliss. ಅವರ ಪತ್ನಿ ವೆಂಕಮ್ಮನವರು ಅವರ ಕಾವ್ಯದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ. ಅದು ಅವರ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಮತ್ತು ದಾಂಪತ್ಯದ ಕುರಿತಾದ ಕವನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. At a time when many poets were preoccupied with themes of nature, Narasimhaswamy chose to write about love. He was a significant voice in the Navodaya movement, a renaissance in Kannada literature. His most celebrated collection of poems, Mysura Mallige, has seen over 30 reprints. His other notable collections include Ungura, Shilalate, and Tereda Bagilu. He also translated poems by Robert Burns and some Chinese poems into Kannada. Narasimhaswamy received some prestigious awards including the Sahitya Akademi Award, the Karnataka Sahitya Akademi Award, the Pampa Prashasti, the Devaraja Bahadur Award, and the Asian Prize for Literature. In 1990, he was elected President of the 60th All India Kannada Literary Conference held in Mysore. ಅವರು 1990ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದ ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದರು. ಕನ್ನಡ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಮೈಸೂರ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, directed by T.S. Nagabharana, is woven from the lyrical poems from the collection Mysura Mallige, and K.S. Narasimhaswamy received the National Film Award for Best Lyrics in 1991. T.S. ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಅವರು ನಿರ್ದೇಶಿಸಿದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಕೆ.ಎಸ್. ನರಸಿಂಹಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವರ ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕವನ ಸಂಕಲನದ ಗೀತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಆಧರಿಸಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿದ ಚಿತ್ರ. Probably it is the only film which is based on an anthology of poems in the whole world. K.S. Narasimhaswamy passed away on 27 December 2003. The poem At the Railway Station begins with the usual details of the journey with soothing words echoing the horror of the rumbling sound of the train. The emotion in the mother-daughter conversation is beyond words. The relationship between them blossoms along with their mutual attachment. The fear, anxiety, and futility of an excruciatingly new future are intertwined with the environment of the station. ಕವಿ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಬಗೆಗಿನ ಭಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಆತಂಕವನ್ನು ರೈಲ್ವೆ ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಪರಿಸರದ ಮೂಲಕ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This poem, originally written in Kannada by K.S. Narasimhaswamy, is translated into English by Professor M.C. Prakash and Mekhala Venkatesh. Now I will read the poem. Listen carefully. Where are you, Meena? I am right here, mother. The cradle, baggage, and bed are very much here, mother. Something seems forgotten. Is that so? How? Appear to be recalling something? That's how I am. Meena, is there hot water for the child's milk powder? There is enough of it, mother, in the eyes, moreover. Hold the child in this manner. A dot on its forehead I will smear. Its body is warm, oh dear. At the time of leaving, I fear. The bogie is shaking at the ring of the bell whistle, the flags waving at the threat of the signal. Don't run along the window, mother, please go. I fold my hands from here, bless me, from where you are. The engine's wail flowed all along the rail. Where are you, Meena? Where are you? The rolling of big wheels in the spark emitting smoke. I am right here, mother. I am very much here. Meena, shut the window before sparks fall in. Mother, I have shut the window lest sparks fall in. Now let us try to understand the poem. The poem At the Railway Station by K.S. Narasimhaswamy, translated into English by Professor M.C. Prakash and Mekhala Venkatesh, is a touching portrayal of a deeply emotional moment between a mother and her daughter. Set at a railway station, the poem captures the anxiety, love, and pain of separation as the daughter returns to her marital home after a brief stay at her parents' house following childbirth. ಮಗಳು ಬಾಣಂತನ ಮುಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ತಾಯಿಯ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಗಂಡನ ಮನೆಗೆ ತೆರಳುವ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶವನ್ನು ಒಂದು ರೈಲ್ವೆ ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ, ಆತಂಕ ಮತ್ತು ಅಗಲಿಕೆಯ ನೋವನ್ನು ಈ ಕವನ ಹಿಡಿದಿಡುತ್ತೆ. The narrative unfolds as a dialogue between the mother and the daughter, revealing their strong emotional bond. The poem opens with the mother anxiously asking her daughter Meena about her whereabouts. The daughter, already seated in the train, reassures her mother that she is right there. The mother's concern is palpable as she begins asking about the essentials, the cradle, the baggage, the bed, anxious whether anything important might have been forgotten. The daughter calmly assures her that everything is accounted for. However, the mother's repeated questioning suggests that her worry is not just about material belongings, but about her daughter's well being and the enormity of the responsibility that lies ahead for her. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆಯೇ ಎಂದು ಕೇಳುವುದು ಮಗಳ ಮುಂದಿನ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಕುರಿತ ಆತಂಕವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. A tender moment follows when the mother asks if there is hot water for the baby's milk. The daughter replies in the affirmative, adding poignantly that the hot water is also in her eyes, referring to the unshed tears of departure. The emotional line reveals both the sorrow of leaving and the strength of maternal instincts, both in the daughter, now a mother herself, and in the mother, who continues to care deeply for her child. The mother then fusses over small but meaningful tasks, instructing her daughter on how to hold the baby and applying a dot on the baby's forehead to ward off evil, typical rituals showing maternal affection and protection in Indian culture. She also expresses a fearful unease at the moment of parting, conveying how emotionally overwhelming such farewells can be. As the train prepares to depart, the daughter pleads with her mother not to run alongside the train. She folds her hands respectfully, asking her blessings from afar. Yet the mother's emotional intensity persists. Even after the train departs, her cry echoes through the rails. Where are you, Meena? Where are you? Suggesting a deep sense of longing and loss. Her voice seems to blend with the wail of the engine, symbolizing her sorrow being carried away with the train. The daughter, moved by her mother's love, responds again with reassurance. I am right here, mother. I am very much here. This line, repeated from the beginning, highlights the enduring bond between them. Even physical distance cannot sever their emotional connection. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭೌತಿಕವಾದ ದೂರ ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕವಾದ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ದೂರ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. The poem ends with the mother's final instruction to shut the window to avoid falling sparks, which the daughter confirms she has already done, possibly a symbolic gesture showing that the daughter is now ready to face the responsibilities of motherhood and adult life. Overall, the poem beautifully captures the bittersweet nature of familial love, especially between a mother and daughter. ಈ ಕವನ ತಾಯಿ ಮಗಳ ಕಟು ಮಧುರ ಎನ್ನಬಹುದಾದ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಹಿಡಿದಿಡುತ್ತೆ. It is rich with emotional nuance, blending everyday concerns with profound human feelings, set against the symbolic backdrop of a railway station, a place of both arrival and departure. The poem At the Railway Station by K.S. Narasimhaswamy, originally written in Kannada and translated into English by Professor M.C. Prakash and Mekhala Venkatesh, poignantly captures the emotional tension between a mother and daughter at a moment of farewell. Set in a railway station, the poem explores themes such as love, separation, womanhood, motherhood, tradition, and the silent strength of familial bonds. Through its conversational tone and rich imagery, the poem becomes a lyrical expression of human emotions centered around the experience of departure and the larger cultural context surrounding it. First, let us know the themes of the poem. Mother daughter relationship. At its heart, the poem is a tender portrayal of the emotional depth between a mother and her daughter. The daughter leaving the daughter, having returned to her maternal home for childbirth, is now heading back to her husband's house. This transition is filled with unspoken sorrow, concern, and love. The mother's subtle attempts to hold back her feelings and the daughter's brave front highlight the layered emotional terrain of familial love and separation. Separation and loss. The act of parting, especially at a railway station, a symbol of transience, evokes a strong sense of emotional rupture. The daughter is leaving not just her mother's home, but also the comfort, care, and safety it symbolizes. Though not an ultimate loss, this separation is portrayed with the emotional weight of grief, revealing how departures, however routine, carry intense emotional burdens. Cultural expectations and gender roles. The poem subtly critiques the traditional roles assigned to women in Indian society. The daughter has returned to her husband's house not entirely by choice but by societal expectation. Her role as a wife and mother is foregrounded, and her emotions are secondary to her duties. Similarly, the mother's stoic acceptance of her daughter's departure reflects the cultural ethos of sacrifice and silent endurance expected from women. Passage of time and life cycles. The railway station becomes a metaphor for the journey of life. The daughter has transitioned from being a child to a mother herself, and this cycle of life, marked by departures and returns, is central to the poem's thematic framework. The generational connection and repetition of roles lend the poem a sense of continuity amid change. Now, let us know the literary devices employed in the poem. Imagery. Narasimhaswamy's vivid imagery enhances the emotional landscape of the poem. Descriptions of the railway station, the crowd, the train, and the child evoke a strong visual sense that makes the reader feel present in the scene. For instance, the image of the daughter clutching her baby while the mother looks on helplessly is emotionally charged. Symbolism. The railway station stands as a powerful symbol of transitions, decisions, and emotional crossroads. It is not merely a physical location but a metaphor for the changes in life, especially for women who move from one home to another, often leaving behind emotional roots. Dialogue and tone. The poem is structured as a conversation which lends it intimacy and realism. ಈ ಕವನ ಒಂದು ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಚಿತವಾಗಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಆತ್ಮೀಯತೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಸ್ತವವನ್ನು ಚಿತ್ರಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. The tone is subdued, restrained, and melancholic, reflecting the inner turmoil of both mother and daughter. The conversational style allows for emotional undercurrents to surface subtly rather than overtly. Repetition and parallelism. There is repetition of certain words and phrases that mirror emotional repetition in the lives of many women, the cycle of leaving, returning, bearing children, and fulfilling familial roles. This creates a rhythm that underscores the emotional heaviness of such transitions. In conclusion, At the Railway Station is a deeply emotional and socially resonant poem that captures the silent sacrifices and emotional depth of Indian womanhood. With a blend of evocative imagery, symbolism, and cultural nuance, Narasimhaswamy delivers a poignant meditation on parting, love, and bittersweet nature of life's transitions. Thank you for watching the video.